In today's video, we're checking out the Hagerman Reactor. This is one of the most innovative ways to record if you've got a low sub 5 watt amplifier. You're about to hear this in the context of a mix with my Hagerman half watt amplifier and some effects, and then we'll go over to some isolated tones. This is super cool. A massive thank you to Jim Hagerman for sending this out. If you want to check it out, I'll link it down below and I'll give you a full overview of this in just a moment. Let's take a listen. As you can hear in the context of a mix, I think this sounds pretty great. Wait till you hear the isolated tones coming right up. So what this is, it's a speaker replacement. So go out of your speaker output on your sub 5 watt amplifier into this, then out of the output directly into an audio interface. And that's how you record. That's it. There's a little LED light on the front, so if you're using an amp that's too powerful for this box, it will flash, and then you're best either to turn down or select a smaller amplifier. Now this Hagerman half watt amp is the perfect companion to something like this because it's half a watt, half of 1 watt, right? So it's 0.5 watts, and I've never seen this LED light up. I have tried a higher powered amp into this and I saw the LED light up, so yeah, just keep it at 5 watts or under. Now if you've got a 5 watt amp and you still see it light up, just back off the volume and you should be fine. Now Jim Hagerman, who made this, makes a whole bunch of really great amplifiers. I have his PP12 down here and the half watt amplifier, and that PP12 is one of my favorite amps of all time. It sounds so good. I think the beauty of a unit like this is you could absolutely use this as a backup solution with a small amp directly into a PA system if you're a gigging musician, or of course you can just use it for recording. Over the last few weeks I've been using the Hagerman Reactor and I've learned how to get the best clean tones and drive tones with my effects board, and I'll run you through all of that in this video. A massive thanks to Jim Hagerman for sending this out. If you want to check this out, I'll link it down below. Here we go. Let's kick it off with some clean tones. Now to get the most out of the reactor with a clean signal, you can't max out your amplifier going into it. So I've got the volume control at about 1 o'clock. This is the Hagerman half watt amplifier going into the Hagerman Reactor. It's just kind of like a perfect combination for this. But if you've got any amp under 5 watts, you can make this work. All right, this is going to be bridge and middle pickups together. Let's try neck pickup. So it's a really nice clean tone, and the delay is thanks to the delay. I'll turn that off for a moment so you can just get a sense of the dry signal. So there you go. I like a little bit of reverb. I don't have reverb in my signal chain here, so I'm going to be leaving the delay on. Up next, I wanted to showcase an overdrive pedal in the signal chain. Now to get the most out of the reactor, I actually have to turn the Hagerman half watt amp down. My instinct would be to turn it up, but I didn't find that sounded very good. So I'm going to turn it down to about 11 o'clock. This is my clean tone. So that's dead clean. Left side of the royal flush. Bridge pickup. So that's pretty accurate to the tone that I would get if I was using all of this in my actual amplifier, except we are emulating a much smaller speaker, but that seems to work pretty well. Let's try stacking a few overdrives. So the volume of the amp is the same as before, and I'm going to be using the left side of the Royal Flush, and then I'm going to turn on the Origin Effects Halcyon, which is like a clon. So this is the starting tone on bridge pickup. I mean, there you go. That's how those two pedals actually feel when you're playing it through an amp. So that sounds pretty great. One of the huge benefits of a half-watt amplifier is the fact that you can run it on maximum volume through an actual speaker box and get a really great sound. Now, what I found with the Reactor, it doesn't quite respond as nicely as it would going into an actual speaker cab. And that's not surprising given that we've got a little small device sitting here on the desk, but you can kind of make it work. So this is the clean tone. Let's max the volume out. It gets a little on the fizzy side, so I found the sweet spot, at least with this amplifier, to be around 3 o'clock. I actually don't like that anywhere near as much as running pedals into the clean sound of the amplifier. So it's up to you what you like best, but for me, that particular sound just won't work. Over to some humbuckers now. I just wanted to experiment around with some pedals. I've got the volume control at 12 o'clock, and the EQ, surprisingly, is exactly the same. Let's have a listen to this. Bridge pickup. So it's maybe just that off clean tone there. This is the Royal Flush. Yeah, and the Halcyon. I love that tone. Let us know what you think. Let's wrap this video up. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the Hagerman Reactor, which is a reactive load box. Now, the cool thing about this is its simplicity. If you just want to go out of a small amplifier into your audio interface or even into a PA system, you can make this work. This would make a great little addition to a bag with a small amp in case you're a gigging musician and your main amp breaks down. You can go straight into the PA with something like this. So overall, it gets the big thumbs up. Just know it took me a couple of weeks to work out the best settings for this particular device with the Hagerman half-watt amplifier. So if you do get one of these, just be patient. Try the volume control on different settings and then adjust the input gain on your audio interface accordingly, and you can really get this thing to work. This is super cool, and if you already have a sub 5 watt amplifier, this would make an awesome addition to the home studio. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.